Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Comic Chronicle podcast. I'm your guys' host, Dakota Morgan, coming to you from Phoenix, Arizona. And so far, the world is still washing its hands, to say the least. We're still in a little bit of a pandemic here. So as of this recording on April 9th, 2020, I hope you guys are doing okay, washing your hands. I'm dating the episode. I don't give a shit. I want to make sure you guys are doing good. Make sure you guys are washing your hands, staying self-quarantine, going out when you need to, only for essentials and shit. Dog food and cat food are essentials. Trust me. So this episode is such a good one. It's sort of short because he had to go because his family and it was late over in the UK. We have I was so honored and so flabbergasted he agreed to come on the show. David Harewood, a.k.a. the Martian Manhunter, John Jones, from the CW universe of Arrowverse. From Supergirl, he was on the crossovers, all that sort of jazz. Hell, he was even in Call of Duty. We kind of mentioned that a little bit. You know, we have David on the show today, and man, it was a blast. We talk, acting, memorizing scripts. We talk also, the health things going on right now and spending time and really trying to enjoy the vacation type of what is going on with the pandemic and all that sort of jazz at the moment currently and such. David is an absolute godsend. Father David, we'll call him. Yeah, so thanks, David, for coming on the show. Good man. You're awesome. Again, welcome back anytime. Really are. And yeah, so we go behind the scenes of Supergirl and such too. This is a fun, relaxing episode. Take your guys' mind a little bit off of what's going on in the world and to sit back, relax. And without further ado, before I get going, make sure you guys subscribe or whatever you're listening to because it really, really helps for new episodes of the podcast every Monday on Spotify, Stitcher, comicchronicle.podbean.com, or even Apple Podcasts. And if you want to stay in touch with the show, follow me at DakotaMorgan3 on Twitter or at Dakota_Morgan97 on Instagram. Stay in touch with the show, all the things I do with comics and all that other jazz. Be sure to give David a follow, too, because we didn't talk about it, but his Martian Manhunter stuff he does with the figures is really fun. And he's such a cool dude. Let's give him a follow. Thanks, everyone, for tuning into the episode. And without further ado, enough of my rambling. I need a sip of coffee. And here is my talk with David. Sweet, we're recording. David, I want to get this on record because, my God, this is an honor to have you on the show, good man. You probably are one of the hardest working people I've had on the podcast.
Why'd you say that?
Because I know the hours you guys put in for the CW and the amount of hours and the amount of, we were just talking about it beforehand with being home and whatnot. So you guys are such away from home when you're working on production that I think it's so tough. They're even well, we only work 3 days. Yeah, but you're still gone for so long from the family, and that's just got to be killer.
It is, and I think I have the longest journey. Everybody else is either in LA or in the States.
Yeah.
I think it's just me and Katie McGrath. Yeah. She's in Ireland and I'm in London. So that's like a 9 hour turnaround, 13 hours altogether. Oh. Sometimes if I get a break, if I get 4 days, I'm gone.
Really?
There's nothing. Even 4 days, I've got to get out of there. Yeah. It's like that's the chance I get to see my family, chance to get to see my wife, the dog, and just sleep in my own bed. And it's it might be a long way, but it feels great just to get home and check in with real life. Vancouver's great, it's lovely, it's gorgeous, but there's a sense that it's not real. And the people, it's a great business. You meet a lot of people. But it's a very transient business, and relationships can be quite difficult. Not difficult, but they're quite superficial in a way because you're working with people, and even though they're great people, but it was only when you come home that you suddenly get a chance to just really plug in and get that love of your family, that normalcy, and just recharge. So yeah, I get home whenever I can, even if it's. Even if it is 13 hours door to door, I'll make that journey.
I 100% understand. There's been so many times where I'm on a film set and I'm just working, whether it's crew jobs with costume design or acting, whatever it may be, and I'm just sitting there. And I want your opinion on this because it's people I talk to, they're like, "Oh, you're nuts." There's nothing like the shower in your house, no matter where you go.
No, man. And I'm very fortunate because so. I'm very fortunate where I am. So, the wife has a bathroom and I have a bathroom. So and this is the longest period I've been in this house.
Really?
I bought it with the family 4 years ago, and this is the longest period I've been longest consecutive period I've been in my own house.
Jeez.
So I'm loving it. You know, I'm like, I've been in the shed today, cleaning the shed.
Really?
I'm fucking power washing the lawnmower. I'm like power washing the fucking pavement. I'm loving it. I'm like, you know, really cleaning stuff out. Fuck that, throw that shit out. I'm like, this is the first time I've got a chance to just have a look what I have, get rid of stuff I don't want, clean stuff, you know, move stuff around, organize stuff. It's, you know, it's a real, I'm really loving this sort of, you know, being home, and because I'm never here.
Do you have kids, by the way? I just want to, it may seem weird, but do you have kids?
I have two girls. They're downstairs right now. They're puzzling. The girls love it. You know, again, the girls love being home. They love being, you know, we're very, I'm very fortunate. Got a great family. Wifey's great. So they're downstairs playing puzzles, and you know, I pop down there, jump on the PlayStation, beat some people up.
Yes.
I'm kind of like, I'm like a fucking big kid right now. I'm like, you know, let's say I'm really fortunate. I've got a great little house, and you know, I'm loving being around. I'm, you know, finding things to do and stuff that I keep. You know, I must do that, and then before I know it, I'm off back to Vancouver, or I'm off to wherever, or Comic-Con, or I'm flying off to, you know, do some charity thing. And so this is really great for me, just to be home.
It sounds like the kids are making the life, man. The kids are making the life right now, because as a kid, I'd be like, oh my God, like, what happened? We don't have any chores. Why? Dad just came home and is doing all of them because he's so happy.
Dad's exercising on the patio. You know, it's like, you know, it's like, again, this is the longest that they've seen me. So you know, and that's something that I have to, you know, mental note to self. You know, you have a family. You have a family, and one of my kind of bad habits is to say yes to everything.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
You know,
oh yeah.
I come home and they go, oh, Dave, could you come on? Can you pop up? Can you do this? Can you come and do a voiceover for this? Can you come and do that? Can you come and do that? And before I know it, I'm fucking out the door every 2 minutes. So this is an enforced stop, and I'm really appreciating being with my family, cooking. I love cooking. Cooking a family meal. I'm cooking right now. So, you know, I'm walking around the kitchen, making sure that the chops are done in the oven. You know, I'm loving.
Very nice.
I'm loving being home. Loving being home.
Oh, I can't imagine first day back on set, man, because you're gonna be like so bummed. Oh shit, that was the best vacation I ever had. Oh no.
I'm gonna be so fat because I'm eating all sorts of shit right now.
Oh really?
I can't stop eating jelly babies right now. Jelly babies are fucking killing it.
What are jelly babies? Are those like the UK version of jelly beans?
Yeah, well, it's kind of the same thing. It's like you know, it's just candy. So
Yeah.
you know, I'm just like fucking stuffing the shit in my face and just loving it, knowing I don't have to go back to work. I mean, you know, because Melissa's pregnant right now. So,
Yes.
You know, so this whole thing is sort of, it's kind of worked out. And even I think even for production, I think it's kind of worked out. So, you know, not to diminish anybody's suffering or pain, but you know, it's like, you know, now, you know, we were gonna come back in end of April and do 3 months, and then let Melissa go off and you know you know do the maternity thing, and then come back and do you know, get on with the show. But because everything kicked off the way it is, they just said, look, everybody just take a break till September.
Jeez.
So yeah, man, it's get fat time. It's get fat time. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm eating all sorts of stuff, and you know, I'm loving it.
Yeah,
right now.
Listen, we're all gonna feel bad when we get back to the gym. There's gonna be nobody there who's gonna be. Just no one. I did it was a social. This was a couple weeks ago before shit really hit the fan in Arizona, in the States. And we did this physical fit bootness camp, social distance version. We're all like 6 feet apart. There was only 4 of us. And it was the first exercise I've done in a long time because of everything going on. And I did it, and it was with like this search and rescue operator up here in Arizona. And she also was like a police department. Shout out to you. She was she knows who she is. She was also a LA cop for like 20-something years. Let's just say my ass was kicked, David. So, not looking forward to the gym when it opens back up.
Well, you know, I just this week, I just caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror the other day, and I thought, you fat fuck.
Oh.
So, you know, I'm like, so I'm running. I'm trying to get. I'm skipping every morning and just trying to do some press ups. So I'm just like, you know, I can't leave it till December and play Santa. I need to just get this shit. I need to get this shit rolling. So I've just this week started running, exercising, pull-ups, push-ups. You know, doing my thing. So I'm getting into it, man. It's fun. It's time to put the brakes on the candy.
You say that as you're eating it right now.
Yeah, well, that's the last candy I'm buying. I mean, this is it.
Is it?
It's time to get serious, man. Seriously.
Okay, all right. I mean, yeah, it's one of those. I did kind of feel it. I looked at the arms the other day, and I looked in the mirror, and it was one of those like, you fat piece of shit. What are you doing? It's like those Reese's cookies were really good. You know they were, but damn.
You know they were. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, see, I'm curious though. Like, are they sending you guys any scripts to memorize or anything like that, or is it just one of those like, hey,
no, we're off.
Just
off.
You know, we're
off.
Oh,
we're
shit.
off. And that's the great thing about being in a returning show is that you know it's going to come back. And I mean, every now and again, I get my agent sends me something from. I had a Netflix gig that would dovetail quite nicely with Supergirl, so they sent me a script, and I had to kind of put myself on tape for that, and so I just did that, and who knows what's going to happen with that. But right now, I'm literally just, I'm just chewing the fat and drinking beer.
Yeah.
And really enjoying that, man. Really enjoying that. And I know for a fact that I don't have to be, back on Supergirl until September. So I mean, hopefully all this will be, manageable by then.
Yeah.
I'm waiting till November. Everything else is just kind of is by the by.
I feel it. Now, this may get you mad at me because you said earlier you're a PlayStation guy. Hey, folks, Dakota here with a little bit of an ad break, but this is one you definitely want to listen to if you guys are a comic fan, which you are if you're listening to the show. You guys like comics and you like reading them in person. Let me tell you, go to Drawn the Comics in Glendale, Arizona. This is not just a hype thing for this ad. Let me tell you. I've been going there for years. I've had Ken Brown on the show all the time. Such a good guy. It's such a good community. Everyone who works there, they know you. You get your box number. You get your thing. You get all you need to do there. You get your collectible toys, car, whatever it may be. Comics. It's all there for you guys. That's Drawn the Comics in Glendale, Arizona. Here's the address. 5801 West Glendale Avenue, Glendale, Arizona, in downtown Glendale. And if you guys want to visit them, you can visit them, drawntocomics.com, or find them on social media, and the number is 623-847-9090. You give them a call. Definitely, guys, I love going to the store. And this is not a fucking lie. I love going. It's so amazing. Thanks, everyone, and hopefully you guys check them out if you're in Arizona or maybe passing through. Remember, guys, Drawn the Comics. Go check it out for your books. Reading books in person is so much better than digital. But I love digital too, so it's a little bit of a toss-up. Support brick and mortar companies. We definitely need you to. Thanks, everyone. And now, without further ado, I'm going to take it back to future me.
Yeah.
I am both, but I own an Xbox right now, and I've realized I write 5 comic book series, run 2 podcasts, I'm writing like 4 films currently at the moment on hold.
Nice.
It's all this crazy shit, and with everything going on, I'm with you. I'm like, oh my God, this is vacation. I'm still doing the shows, obviously because I have you on right now, but I picked up my controller again, and I don't often do it. I do it with my best friends for 15 years. They're still in Illinois where I'm from, and all this jazz. And I realized, like, oh my God, this could be the death of me. And my friend was like, why? Because I'm getting back into younger me that just gamed all the time because I'm on break. Like, oh no. What happened to Dakota? He died. Like, Joaquin Phoenix said he started playing, he started doing some video games for a while. And then he apparently said on Chris Hardwick's show, he said, you know what? I was gone for a year. And I just, like, I lost all the time. Like, oh my God, it's going to be me. Oh no, shit.
I thought about that. But then I literally went through, I've been trying to look for, top 10 games. I've been looking at all the fucking top 10 games. Now I want to get into something. And I can't find the shit, man. I'm like,
really?
Okay. I used to like Gran Turismo. I used to drive all the driving games. I've never been, strangely enough, never really been into Grand Theft Auto. I said, let me try and get into this. Didn't really feel it. And then I've been trying to get into all sorts of things, but I'm just not feeling it. So right now I'm back into shooting fuckers on Call of Duty. That's fun. I'm loving that. Went for the Modern Warfare remastered. Loving it.
Yes. Oh, I've been playing that too. I've been diving in. Do you?
And I realized I didn't finish it.
Really?
Because it was too tough.
Oh.
So like, I suddenly got to a point yesterday and I was thinking, man, this is fucking hard.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, wow, I remember. This was so hard. I said, fuck it. And I dived out.
Oh.
So I'm really enjoying the remastered version of Call of Duty right now. I'm not really into Warzone because I don't really like playing sort of battle royale stuff with people. People just hide in the bushes and shoot you, and fuck that, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I want to kill AI. I want to kill the fucking AI.
Right.
Make my way. You know what I mean? Blow people up and fucking shoot things from planes, and I love all that shit.
Oh yeah. This is the time. I talked to my buddy the other day. I'm like, oh my god, I realized something. He's like, what? We are in quarantine. We get all this time, right? For a non-essential worker, we can finally get on the competing level of all the 12-year-olds who kick our ass. Like, oh my god, it's true.
That's me right there.
Yeah. Oh man, what? I gotta ask. Like, do you play? What was your favorite kind of sport?
I was into soccer.
So football. Yeah, you say football. I kind of figured. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was always into football.
Really?
I was a goalkeeper for my sins. So it's nice to. I got a little ball at the back. I was kicking the ball there today. That was my main sport. Little running, little athletics. I used to play basketball, but I don't know. I'm not really into it these days. I'm not really into it as a sport. I know that's sacrilege in America.
Oh, I mean, I say the same thing. I say the same thing, and they just look at me like get out of here. Like you know what? I was born here. Sucks to be you. I'm one of you.
Oh. But I've been watching because I've been in Vancouver, loving that ice hockey, man. That's a fast fucking game.
That's what I was kind of getting at.
Very skillful.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the NHL. Shout out to Blackhawks. I mean, they don't need a shout out, but fuck. The NHL on gaming systems, like I think NHL 20 is out now. If you play any of those games, like NHL, if you like seem interested in hockey, play that game.
Oh, that's interesting. I haven't tried that yet. Yeah, that's interesting.
It's really good stress reliever because you can get so happy, but then so pissed off, and then when you're done getting angry, you're like, all right, let's get back in this shit. Like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm into that. And just before I came back, I'm bang into snowboarding. Really, I've always wanted to snowboard. And one of the crew guys is like a pretty good snowboarder. He's a really good snowboarder. And he said, I'll take you up to fucking Whistler.
Oh, shit.
And I've always wanted to do it. And I picked it up in like 20 minutes. I have an electric skateboard in Vancouver. So, I'm used to kind of edging, kind of the edging, like toe and heel.
Yeah.
That's how you turn your electric skateboard. And, so I kind of got it really, really quickly, and I'm flying down blues in about half an hour. So and it's taken me a while to progress, but I did a lesson there. Just before I came back, and man, I just leaps and bounds, and now I'm flying down from the top of Whistler. It's just fucking great. I love it.
I didn't think you could get any more badass, David. Now you're a snowboarder too. Are you kidding me? What can't you do, sir? What can't you do?
Absolutely love it. I shouldn't, I've got to be careful because I know that there's literally one of the guys that we were with, fucking did his collarbone in.
Oh.
Man, going off piece. So every now and again, it's a little reminder that it's fun, but you got to be careful because you got to shoot. Monday morning, you got to be ready to fucking be the Martian Manhunter. Yeah,
that's true. That's true. You got to be like, all right, if I get hurt, I'm fucked.
Yeah. So when I hit speed, when I hit speed, I just fucking put the brakes on and think, whoa, I gotta work on Monday morning. Mm. But after I did this lesson, I was like, fuck that. I'm really, really flying, and it's I'm looking forward to next season, so I can put what I learned this season into practice.
Very nice. Do you play rugby at all?
I used to.
Yeah.
Again, I don't really have the time now, but I love watching it. It's a great game.
Same. I love playing. I used to play, and I love watching it too. It's why I was curious, because some friends of mine from the UK are like, "Nah, I'm not a big, huge fan of rugby," and I'm just kind of blown away by that. Like, really? It's kind of surprising.
No, it's a great game. It's a great game. You don't really get it. You have to look for it.
Yeah.
in North America, but when you find it, it's great.
Yeah, the biggest regret I have in the past couple of years isn't even like film or anything like that, of turning down something, which, because I'm like you, I'm a yes man, but is turning down a job that I had. It was not really much pay. It was a couple years ago at this point, to be a rugby coach, because I used to play for a long time. And so for a couple of years. No, a coach, just a coach. Like a team coach for the kids, like kids and teenagers, to help coach them out and stuff like that too. So I got that offer, and I'm like, oh my God, yeah, let's do this. I just turned it down because everything was going nuts at the time. I think I was just starting to get in the film and doing all this stuff here in Arizona. Yeah, biggest regret, man. So people, when they offer you a coaching position, take it up.
Yeah, do it.
All right. So I have coming from jobs, speaking of job stuff a little bit, David, I am superbly curious on how the fuck do you memorize your scripts? How do you do that? I barely how do you memorize your scripts when you go in on set, or even for when you were in Call of Duty? Like, how the hell do you do it? Because you have some really fascinating lines of like non-real words, and then also a bunch of other stuff.
You know, I'll tell you what's really it's what's great for an actor, for any actor, I think, is if you ask an actor to memorize the phone book, it'd be really difficult because it has no sort of emotional content. But because most scripts have an emotional aspect to them, it just seems to go in because it fires your imagination, it fires your sort of emotional. It's like an emotional sort of chord. It's like it's like playing Beatles on a guitar. You know, you just feel it. You know, you feel it. You know, so it's that's what I find with acting. And I had a wonderful note years and years ago from which I've never forgotten, from a director who was directing me when I was playing King Lear many years ago. And he said to me, do you smoke weed? I said, no, of course not. And he said, well, look, if you do, he said, go home. He said, and stare at the page. Don't learn your lines. Stare at the page.
Really?
And I fucking went home, and it's great with something like Shakespeare because when you look at the page, you just get all these images just flow up. Yeah. So for me, that's how I learn my line. I can learn my lines really quickly now. It's like a muscle, particularly on something like Supergirl, where the scripts are it's just so fast. You know, you can kind of get into some really bad habits. So you can basically turn up for work not knowing a fucking thing, and you can sit in makeup and you go, right, I've got 3 scenes. This one's about pain. This one's about Alex. This one's about Melissa having trouble, Supergirl having trouble, and you can literally just go boom, 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 and you've got 3. You just learn them very quickly.
Well, that's a talent.
And it's just. I think a lot of television actors will tell you it just becomes like a muscle. You get used to it. And before you know it, as I say, it's not that they're not necessarily great habits, because you'd never do this if you were. If you were done on HBO, if you're on HBO, if you're on Succession, or you were doing some kind of really fucking great, emotional acting piece, you'd probably go home and study and rehearse and make sure you were fucking down. But this stuff, the comic book stuff, it's great. I mean, it's heroic, but it's kind of like I'm not disparaging it. No.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like Panto.
Oh.
Where it's going to be, there's a goodie and there's a baddie, and this scene is about being a bit inspirational and kind of being, come on, Supergirl, don't worry about it. You're going to be your Supergirl, and you're going to be, you know roughly what, they're familiar colors. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like it's hope, it's kind of inspiration, it's kind of goodness, and kind of there's a baddie, and we gotta. If we don't save that dam, it's gonna break, and the whole thing it's gonna flood the whole village.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You just kind of get into it. You just know that there are colors and tones and before you know it, it's just really easy. It's really easy.
It sounds like you're saying like get in the groove of what you're. Yeah.
very, very quickly get in the groove.
Very fascinating. I just never would. I've only done feature films and done stuff here in the States and a little bit in LA. But I kind of feel that though on. Actually, I agree 100%. It's why my agent's like, here's a commercial. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna fail in the audition. I'm just gonna fail in the audition.
The fuck is this? The new Fiat fucking doodah?
No.
You know, with 6 RAM and torque of 1.95. You can't fucking remember that shit.
No, and it's like
it's got no emotional power.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bless you, David. I finally found another actor who agrees with me with this shit. Finally.
But hey, listen, if you need the money, you're gonna fucking study that.
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah. Let me tell you, the comic book business does not pay that well. It pays interesting, but not that well right now. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Truly.
But yeah, like it's just one of those things. I think the closest thing I did to it lately is I had a couple of online radio services, which are popping up like rabbits lately. Online radio network. So like you download an app and it has all the songs on there, and they have their own shows and shit like that. Like everyone's own Pandora sort of thing. And I did a radio voice, like B95 and between the 9 and 2, or whatever the hell that you wanted me to say. I was doing that guy for a few things, and like I just worked so much, I just didn't realize. And it like along came February, and they're like, hey, your voice is now up on all the radios. Like both of them in February were like, hey, your voice is now on the radio station. I'm like, what? I'm on radio? What the hell? Oh yeah, forgot about that.
That's great. Well done. You sound like you're busy, man. That's good news.
Like you, try to be. Not right now, like, but when things are going on, yeah, it's really one of those things. You got to stay busy. As a creative, if you're not working, that's why I thank God. Spending time with the family, taking care of my cat at the moment. Working on I've been organizing the home studio as much more than I thought I would, and gaming and spend time with friends.
Do that. Again, I've not been here long enough, so when all this shit went down, I'm thinking, shit. When I got onto Amazon. And because of, the supply lines are all fucked now.
Yeah.
Everything was going to take like 6 weeks to get here. But that's the one thing. Next time I'm here for a period, I'm going to get my home studio so I don't have to go into town and do ADR, and all that shit.
Yeah.
And we've all been doing ADR on our phones.
Really?
So yeah, because I'm here in London. Nothing is open in town. So, they just said, look, can you just say these 4 lines into your phone, get a voice app on your phone, a recording app, and go somewhere quiet. So it's gonna be really weird. So we got 20 episodes in the season. So episode 17, 18, 19, and 20. All the ADR, all the additional dialogue is going to be done from people's phones.
Really? Oh God.
Or unless you've got a home studio rigged up,
Oh, that's true. I try to have a home studio, but with 7 dogs in the house, it really makes it difficult. Like I need to really heavily invest in the foam.
Oh wow, yeah, of course. That's great. 7 dogs, wow.
Yeah, we have a big house. It's a big area, so I don't want people to think like, oh, he's a hoarder of animals. No, I want to make it clear they got plenty of room to run around. I don't want ASPCA knocking on my fucking door and be like, how'd you find out where I lived, for one? And they're like, well, if fans are really determined. It's like, oh, fair enough.
Great.
Yeah, I used to work at a, I don't say the name, but I'm on furlough at the moment, so I guess I could, but not. I used to say the name, speaking of fans, and you probably had fun fan interactions. We'll say fun. I said once, the zoo I used to work at for a day job, and I was a terrible mistake. that was an utmost a terrible mistake, because apparently there was fans who are like, hey, I know where you work, I'm coming down and now, and it's like, oh shit. Like, hey, boss lady, I gotta go home. And they're like, why? I told them what was going on. They said, oh, fair enough, Mr. Celebrity, you gotta go home. Like, thank you so much. Oh man, yeah, that's some stories right there. But so
I can give you like 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
Because I've got the family here, but fire away, man. Just whatever. If anything you've got interesting, just fire away.
Oh, of course. I mean,
quick.
Shit, like this is just like the normal part of the show is like I just like having people on for a conversation, good man. So I don't really have like that many like question things to ask. But is there anything maybe you want to tell fans or anything like that?
Well, I'm directing. It's been great. That's one of the things that I've loved doing. The last couple of seasons, I've started directing shows. I directed 5/11 this season.
Oh shit!
And then that was going to be my one episode of the season, and then suddenly a director drops out, and I directed like literally one of the biggest episodes of the season.
Really?
So 519 is like just ginormous.
I'm gonna write that down.
And lots of action sequences. So my first time doing like big action sequences. And it was tough, but I'm really, really proud of it. I've seen it, and I'm really proud of it. Directing is a real, an area that I love, and I've always wanted to do it, and I love working with the actors, and love working with the crew, and being sort of fucking leader. Being the guy who's there, charging and kind of getting everybody at it. Great sense of humor on set, and want to get everybody home.
Yeah.
I'm not one of these directors that's going to like say, let's do it again, let's do it again,
Oh,
let's do it again.
bless you, David. Oh, you're a godsend, man. I fucking love people like you.
Who needs that?
Yeah.
Who needs that?
Yes.
Let's get it right. Let's get it right, and then let's fix what isn't right. Let's keep everybody on the same page, and make it a pleasant day. And so far so good. The episodes that I've done have been successful, and the studio have loved them, and the network have loved them. So yeah, I mean that's directing has been fabulous, and I've really enjoyed that. Having that feather in my cap.
My name is Andrew, and I am the host of a show called Rage Hunter. And on Rage Hunter, we cover the latest news and what's trending in the gaming industry, with just a hint of some sarcasm and rage. You probably have this hole, this void in your life that you don't know how to fill. Well, Rage Hunter is going to fill it. And the best part is we are everywhere. iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Google Play Store, Spotify, Podbean, Instagram, Twitter. So that way you can get as much rage in your life as possible. And some news while you're at it. So come check us out and be a part of the greatest gaming podcast in the universe. See you there.
I love it. I love it with a passion. And I'm not blowing you when I say this. I 100% am not. People think I might be. No. You are my second favorite character on the show. Maybe third, because Alex is pretty good. I mean, Melissa's wonderful, but you know what? You knock it out of the park, dude. That's why I wanted you on the show so bad. I wanted to tell you. I don't know how you do it. Like, your kids must really get the best father speeches of all time, because you're like, I can take this from the show. They won't know. Suckers.
It's been a lot of fun. I mean, it's been. I'm not going to lie to you. It has been at times frustrating because John's not the most dynamic character. But he's got this nobility and this kind of honorable center. I mean, in the comic books, he's much more of a badass. But it's not really his show.
Yeah.
So I do play kind of a supporting role in it, and that's a little frustrating from time to time because I know that he can do so much more. He's got all these fucking crazy powers, which A, we can't afford to do, and B, that's just, so, I think I spent like 3 seasons getting my butt kicked.
Yeah.
Every fucking baddie in the show kicked my butt. Whether they were 2'2" or 5'4", they just beat me up. And, I had to kind of take that on the chin and just think, this would never happen. And, so I know the fans out there sometimes get a little bit disappointed that, I'm not, huge and green and, disappearing and, kind of phasing every 2 minutes. But unfortunately, even though, I think the show is, handled all the special effects pretty well.
Very.
I just don't think we're quite there particularly with the green head. It just costs so much fucking money.
God, I bet.
And,
I bet.
It costs so much money to send the Martian, to do the full Martian change that often they just go, like with the crossover, like with the Crisis. It was I really enjoyed being in Crisis, but they were like, we got no money, so you're just gonna have to go through the whole Crisis in jeans and like a kind of cool jacket. And I'm like, and that final tableau when they were like, it was like Flash, there was White Canary, there was Supergirl, Superman, Black Lightning, and then there was me in a pair of jeans, and I'm like, fuck this shit, man.
Yeah.
I need to get my fucking X on, which is why. I said, as soon as when I got through that, I phoned up. I just made some calls. I said, look, guys, this is wrong, man. I know you guys can't afford to put the green head on, but that doesn't mean I can't wear the suit. So this season, we've been trying to, just trying to, feed in to the audience, Jean being John Jones, but still wearing the suit.
Yeah.
So I don't always have to go full green. And that's been fun. That's been fun. At least it gets me to wear the suit, you know.
Oh yeah, I loved it. 100% loved it. And then I cheered for joy. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, yeah, you're damn right. New rules. It's like it kind of seemed like one of those like, okay, we need to make this work. Like, okay, and it did. It really did.
Oh, cool. I'm really glad. Thank you so much. That's great.
Now, because I know you got to go here in a minute because we're family. I don't want to take too much time from you. Where can people find you on social media, man?
Well, on Twitter, I'm just David Harewood. Same with Instagram, just David Harewood. It's my name. I'm not on TikTok. Maybe I should be, but
don't do it.
I'm really into, I just see all these kind of crazy dance videos, and it's not me. So yeah, just Twitter, David Harewood. Instagram, David Harewood. Those are my two main. I'm always tweeting. I love tweeting. So that's where they can find me. Yeah.
Sweet. Well, thank you, good man, for coming on. I'll let you get going, but before I let you go, too, thank you for coming on. This has been a blast having you on, David. It really has.
Cool, man. So thank you for asking, and anytime, just hit me up, and we'll do it again.
Of course. And maybe one day I'll see you on set. Who knows? Because my acting career, I don't know where the hell I'm going. So who knows?
All right, brother.
All right. Take care, good man.
Take care. You take care, man.
Bye.
See you again. And be careful.
Oh, you too. Stay healthy, man. Stay really healthy. Yeah. Like, you guys really, Arizona's fine, but with everything going on in the UK, please. I don't need to hear you're sick after this. I'll be heartbroken.
No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that.
No. All right, good man. Stay healthy out there, boss.
Will do. Take care.
Bye.
Good talking.
Bye.